Who would have thought that an old rusty shipping container, once used only for transporting cargo, could one day become a beautiful modern home surrounded by nature? Our journey began when we bought an empty piece of land and brought in a shipping container weighing several tons. To most people, it was nothing more than an old steel box with little value. But to us, it was the beginning of a dream. Every careful measurement, every precise cut, every weld, and every reinforced steel frame brought us one step closer to our goal. Then came the installation of the doors, windows, electrical wiring, plumbing, insulation, and finally, the interior finishes. Step by step, the cold steel container was transformed into a warm and welcoming home. How dramatically can an old shipping container be transformed? Join us as we take you through every step of the journey, turning a weathered steel container into the dream home we always envisioned. To transform a standard shipping container into a wider and more comfortable living space, we made the bold decision to expand its entire structure. From the very first cuts, sparks flew as the blade sliced through thick steel beams. Every removed section had to be carefully recalculated to ensure the new structure would fit together perfectly. Each steel piece was precisely aligned using a spirit level before being fixed into place. Even the smallest mistake could affect the entire frame. As the new framework gradually connected with the original structure, the space began to expand visibly. Strong welds tied everything together into a unified frame, forming the solid foundation of the future home. The precast square concrete blocks were carefully placed and aligned in straight rows on the flat ground, forming the very first support points of the structure. Inside each concrete block, large stone fill is tightly packed and compacted, then filled with fresh concrete mix to increase load-bearing capacity and reduce long-term settlement. To support a multi-ton shipping container and ensure long-term durability, the foundation is the most critical element. That's why every footing position was carefully measured and precisely marked from the very beginning. Once the surface of each concrete block is finished smooth and solid, the entire foundation system is ready. And then, the most important moment arrives. The shipping container is carefully lowered into its exact position. As all four steel corners touch down with perfect alignment, the entire structure locks into place. To build a proper fence, the first step is setting and securing wooden posts with temporary braces to keep the entire layout perfectly aligned. Next, concrete is poured directly into the trench to lock the base of each post in place. Large stones are added into the mix to increase strength and ensure every post remains firmly vertical. Once the concrete has fully cured, the temporary formwork is removed, revealing a solid foundation that tightly anchors each wooden post. To improve durability against weather conditions, a black waterproof coating is applied evenly across the wood surface, helping protect it from moisture and decay over time. The combination of a reinforced concrete base and protective wood treatment creates a strong, clean, and long-lasting fence system. Along the excavated trench, a wooden frame is installed to precisely define the stone wall's layout, establishing its exact path from the very beginning. During construction, the wooden formwork is adjusted on site to closely fit the ground and maintain the exact design shape, preventing any deviation. Inside the foundation area, steel reinforcement is added at key load points to increase strength and stabilize the entire structure above. Once the foundation is completed, natural stones are carefully selected and manually placed layer by layer, gradually forming the wall structure. The gaps between stones are filled with binding material to lock the entire structure, making the wall solid and unified. From scattered stones, a complete wall gradually emerges, strong, natural, and harmoniously blending with the surrounding environment. To create a durable and attractive walkway, the first step is clearing away grass, loose soil, and debris from the work area. Wooden forms are then installed along both sides to define the exact shape and width of the path. Once the ground has been leveled and compacted, a layer of steel mesh is positioned inside the base before fresh concrete is poured evenly across the entire surface. The concrete is then spread and screeded to achieve a consistent thickness and a smooth finish. When the concrete reaches the right level of firmness, rubber stone pattern stamps are carefully placed on the surface and pressed evenly with a rubber mallet to imprint realistic natural stone textures. After the stamps are removed, the edges are refined by hand, revealing a decorative concrete walkway that captures the appearance of natural stone while offering excellent durability, slip resistance, and long-lasting performance. The final step is applying a protective sealer across the stamped concrete surface. As the coating is rolled on, the stone texture instantly becomes richer and more vibrant. Once fully dry, the walkway is better protected against moisture, dirt, and daily wear while maintaining its natural stone appearance. The fence begins with carefully measuring and cutting steel pipes to build the main support frame. Every piece is prepared to match the planned dimensions before installation. Mounting holes are drilled into the steel base plates, allowing each post to be securely anchored to the concrete foundation with expansion bolts. At the main corners, large wooden posts are reinforced with diagonal steel braces, giving the long fence line greater stability and helping it resist movement over time. Steel strips are fastened along the wooden posts to create solid fixing points for the chain link mesh. The mesh is then stretched tightly along the entire fence line and secured section by section until the enclosure is complete. With the wire mesh in place above the natural stone wall, the property now has a clean, open boundary that provides protection while blending naturally with the surrounding landscape. The project begins with rough timber, which is cut into boards of the required size. Each board is then trimmed along a guide, planed smooth, and shaped to reveal the natural wood grain. At the same time, square steel tubes are cut at 45-degree angles. The edges are cleaned, and the pieces are aligned on a welding table before being welded into the gate frame. Once the frame has taken shape, each wooden board is routed along the edges to create a smooth finish and ensure a precise fit inside the steel frame. The entire gate frame is ground smooth along every welded joint, removing burrs and preparing a clean surface for the finishing coat. Mounting holes are drilled along the inner support strips, creating secure fixing points for the wooden boards, while the locking mechanism is installed and precisely aligned. The support strips are cut and shaped at the initial stage, with pre-drilled holes inside to securely fasten the wooden boards in place. At the same time, the locking system is installed and precisely aligned, ensuring the entire gate operates with stability and safety. A layer of anti-rust coating is evenly applied to the steel frame, protecting the surface from weather exposure while enhancing the natural contrast of the wood. Once the coating has dried, the gate is positioned between the stone pillars, where heavy-duty hinges are securely fixed to ensure smooth and stable opening and closing. The wooden boards are then installed one by one inside the frame, evenly spaced and fastened from the rear to create a clean, seamless surface. Finally, the handle and lock are installed, followed by a final inspection of the gate's movement, completing a handcrafted structure that blends the strength of steel with the natural beauty of wood. The empty strip of land beside the container house is being transformed into a small ecological garden, integrating underground utilities and a clean landscape layout. A high-strength HDPE pipe system is laid along the prepared trench to serve both water supply and irrigation. Once properly aligned, the entire line is covered and compacted to create a stable base for the surface above. The ground is then carefully leveled, ensuring a smooth and even surface ready for weed control layers. A geotextile membrane is spread across the entire area, with planting points cut out to place young pine trees along the fence line. White decorative gravel is then spread over the surface, creating a clean, modern contrast that blends naturally with the container house design. We return to the container house while it is still in its raw structural stage, where the steel frame is being prepared for its protective finishing. A grinding machine is used across the entire structure to remove rust, welding slag, and old surface residues, while also creating the ideal texture for paint adhesion. A gray anti-rust primer is applied across the entire steel frame, forming the first protective layer against moisture and oxidation. The black top coat is then applied using a roller for large surfaces and a brush for tight corners, ensuring an even and complete coverage. Once dry, the steel frame takes on a solid matte black finish, giving the structure a more modern and durable appearance. To transform our shipping container into the home we've always envisioned, we began installing an insulated roof system. EPS, insulated roof panels, were carefully measured and cut to match the dimensions of the steel roof frame. Each panel was lifted onto the container and secured to the steel structure, creating an insulating air gap that helps reduce heat transfer into the living space. Sealant was applied along every interlocking joint before the panels were locked together. Then self-drilling screws were used to fasten the roof securely to the frame. The roof edges are sealed with aluminum flashing and waterproof sealant, completing the insulated roofing system. Work now shifts to constructing the front facade of the container house. A secondary steel framing system is installed first, providing a solid structure to support the exterior wall. Layers of waterproof and weather-resistant membrane are wrapped across the entire frame, sealing the joints to help prevent moisture and wind from entering the wall system. Water-resistant fiberglass boards are then lifted into place and securely fastened to the steel frame, creating a flat, strong, and stable exterior surface. With the final panels in place, the front facade of the container house comes together with a clean, neat appearance, ready for the next stage of construction. Work continues with the construction of the front extension deck, adding more usable space to the container house. OSB structural panels are carefully measured and cut to fit the dimensions of the new floor. A galvanized steel support frame is assembled and securely fastened to the main container structure, creating a rigid foundation for the extended deck. The steel joists are aligned at consistent spacing to distribute loads evenly and keep the floor stable during use. A moisture barrier is laid over the structure to reduce moisture intrusion and help protect the flooring materials over time. The OSB panels are then positioned on the frame and secured with self-drilling screws, forming a solid and level subfloor. Expanding foam is applied along the floor joints and wall gaps, sealing small openings to improve insulation and keep out insects and drafts. After the foam has fully cured, the excess material is trimmed away, leaving clean edges and completing the floor and wall sealing before the next finishing stage. The excess expanding foam is trimmed away before an exterior skim coat is applied to level the front facade. The skim coat is spread evenly over the joints and corner beads, reinforcing the connections and creating a smooth, seamless surface. A small trowel is used to finish the tight corners, leaving the facade neat and tightly sealed. Construction now moves to the second floor extension of the container house. Steel box sections are carefully measured, cut, and assembled to form the primary structural frame. The support columns are lifted into position, aligned accurately, and securely connected to the existing container structure to provide a stable foundation. Each structural joint is fully welded and reinforced, creating a rigid steel framework capable of supporting the upper walls and roof. With the main steel frame complete, the structure is ready for the installation of the walls and roof. Work continues with the installation of the insulated roof for the second floor. Construction adhesive is first applied along the steel roof frame, followed by a waterproof membrane that helps protect the roof structure from moisture. Insulated sandwich roof panels are then lifted into place and secured to the frame with self-drilling screws fitted with waterproof washers, keeping the roof firmly attached. The interlocking panel joints fit tightly together, creating a continuous roof surface that improves both insulation and weather resistance. To complete the system, waterproof sealant is applied over the screw heads, while gutters are installed along the roof edge to direct rainwater away efficiently. With every component in place, the insulated roof is fully completed, giving the container house a clean, durable, and modern appearance. Work continues with the construction of the second floor walls after the old roof has been removed. Steel box sections are installed and securely fixed to the container frame, forming the load-bearing structure for the new walls and roof. The roof frame is assembled with carefully calculated spacing and slope, while every joint is welded to improve strength and long-term stability. A weather-resistant membrane is then wrapped around the steel frame, creating a protective barrier against moisture and wind. Exterior Glasrock sheathing panels are lifted into place and fastened securely, providing a rigid, water-resistant surface for the walls. Inside the structure, construction adhesive and a vapor barrier are applied before the interior wall panels are installed, improving insulation and moisture control. With the wall system enclosed, the second floor begins to take shape, leaving a large opening ready for the future panoramic window. The windows are installed, precisely aligned within the steel frame, and securely fastened with screws. Expanding foam is applied to seal all surrounding gaps, ensuring protection against water leakage and wind infiltration. The large sliding glass door is installed in the same way and tested to ensure smooth operation. Once completed, the glazing system enhances natural light and gives the house a more modern appearance. We begin building the patio for the garden by clearing the site and digging foundation trenches to define the construction area, creating a stable base for the entire structure. Concrete is poured, and hollow concrete blocks are placed as support pedestals to raise the floor level. Careful alignment ensures all rows of blocks remain straight and perfectly level, as this directly affects the stability of the structure above. The foundation is completed and a timber joist frame is installed and securely fixed onto the concrete base, forming an elevated structure that prevents direct contact with the ground. The entire frame is treated with a moisture barrier and anti-termite coating to improve durability in outdoor conditions. wood plastic composite decking boards are installed, bringing a warm and natural tone to the patio area. Each plank is carefully aligned and secured with hidden fasteners, keeping the surface smooth and seamless. Edge trims are added to conceal the structure underneath, making the whole patio look clean and well finished. The patio becomes an outdoor relaxation space for the container home.
¿Os acordáis? Cuando hicimos la terraza ya quitamos una de ellas, así que nos va.
To create a brighter and more open living space, the original steel container doors are removed, making room for a large glass entrance. The opening is reinforced with steel box sections, and every joint is carefully welded to maintain the structural strength of the container. The welded areas are ground smooth, ensuring the frame is perfectly aligned for the installation of the large sliding glass door. A weather-resistant membrane is applied to the sidewall before the exterior cladding panels are installed, improving moisture protection and insulation. The exterior wall panels are securely fixed to the frame, concealing the corrugated steel surface and giving the container a cleaner appearance. A light-colored finish completes the exterior, giving the container home a brighter, more modern look. A home is not defined by concrete or steel, but by the time, care, and dreams poured into it. What once was an ordinary shipping container has become a place filled with warmth, nature, and hope. Every step along this journey reminds us that the greatest rewards come from creating something with our own hands.